Arrow Season 7, Episode 18, titled Lost Canary. Now, this episode is all about Laura's reaction to the city of Star City finding out that, hey, the DA has a bit of a shady past, working with dealers, and it has killed people and things on those lines, and is known as Black Siren. Laura's response to that is, hey, I tried to be a good guy, didn't turn out, okay, I'll go back my old ways and become Black Siren again. And because of that, you have Dinah and Felicity having two sets of point of view. Felicity's point of view is, it's my friend, she is nimble, we can pull her back in, she has not gone over the line. While Dinah's point of view is, hey, she crossed the line and she has always been Black Canary, Black Siren. She's just been playing you, Felicity. And because of that, you have a couple of good scenes. Now, the thing with this episode is, I found the episode just, I don't say meh. It's between meh and piss poor. There's a couple of few things I like in this episode, but I'll talk about that later. I mean, the things I didn't like in this episode, completely honest, is there's a couple of cringy dialogues to the point you're like, wait, did someone written this, got approval, and now they're forcing actors to say it? Then you got some cutaways and weird editing choices to the point I'm like, that feels jarring. Definitely when we jump back and forth to present day to 2048. So there's that. But also there's a bit of information explained, please, because here's the thing: they throw characters in that we haven't seen since like episode 7 or something of the season, and because they're very not that rememberable, to the point you're like, wait, who are you? Who's that? Hey, one piece of line doesn't explain. Please explain who this person is again, please. So there's that aspect. But the thing with this episode that I think got a lot of fans excited is that we got to see the Three Canaries, all in one episode. You got Laura, you got Sarah, and you got Dinah. And because of that, I only like 3 scenes out of the entire episode. One is, there's 2 scenes, but it is into one category. One of them is any scene that involves Sarah and Laura talking, and basically having Sarah explain that, hey, I have a very shady past. I mean, like, nearly 10 years ago, I got onto a boat, slept with my sister's boyfriend, then survived a crash, but didn't go back to my family, made them believe I was dead, then came back a few years later, and turns out I was trained by the League of Assassins. So I have a very questionable history, but I was still able to redeem, be a good person, and all that kind of stuff. But being a good person and redeeming yourself takes time. It doesn't take overnight. You know, hey, you did something for 5 seconds, ooh, kind of thing. And for that, for me, those were really well done. It's wonderful acting. It's probably the only things that have really good written dialogue and all that. But also, you got this cool action scene at the end with basically all 3 Canaries. As I was like, hey, look, it's the birds of prey flying side by side. And I was like, this is wonderfully choreographed. The music's really well done. It's really well done, and for me that was a highlight as well. But the rest of the episode, I just couldn't get into it, really. I mean, you kind of knew that, hey, Laura's going to change, and there may or maybe not give her the past Laura's Black Canary outfit, so they can have this Laura say, hey, she is now a Black Canary. And I'm like, okay, that happened. And they always talked about, like, I don't know, since they introduced her, put her on Arrow's mid-series 5 to say, hey, we want to redeem not Black Canary, but we realize we butchered the original Laurel character, so we want this to be a second try, and thank us for Flash with alternate realities and stuff. So I knew it was going to happen some point in the show, and I just wasn't that shocked of it, and that. So yeah, I mean, this episode I just felt it was a tween piss poor to meh.